Vegas is our home. We came back here and they declared it Slaughter Rock Band Day. They didn't want to call it Slaughter Day because for obvious reasons. This is our home. The Sin City image of this place, it's really a great community.
You have one chance when you're young, you know, to live out your dreams, you know, as far as being like, you know, what you would consider like a rock star or whatever. So I left college for a while, and my parents, they, you know, believe it or not, they understood, even though I was like, my brother and sister, they dropped out of high school when I was, you know, like the only kid that ever been to college in the family, and they were really proud of me, but they supported me anyway, and I left, you know, I struggled for a while, you know, on just, you know, a bar band touring around the States, the Midwest, and just about the end of my limit I told myself by the time I turned 22, if I hadn't started, you know, at least making, you know, real headway into a career in music, I was going to go back to school. And I had him hold my scholarship for me, and right around that time, I heard that Mark and Dana were looking for, you know, some new guys for a band.
And the entire arena went black.
It's like,
all the power went off. We blew a power transformer completely off the phone pole. Okay.
And Tim turns around to the tech and he goes, "Turn it up, dude."
Yeah, he's like screaming, right? And I'm like looking around and I'm seeing Bloss playing like now what was these huge drums through a PA or like cardboard
like,
boxes, you know, dum, 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 dum. And I'm like waving, I'm like, get off the stage, you know, and I'm diving behind the amps and like we're sitting there laying down like this. It was ridiculous. There's one emergency generator light in the top of the arena on so people wouldn't panic, and it was flickering as is. Okay, and these guys, the KISS production crew, felt so bad for what had happened to us. They're there with a fire axe, threatening the electrician to kill him if he doesn't somehow wire into something else, because they had warned the guy that the amount of stage power that we use is fairly excessive. This town is an incredible town to live lavishly in, even if you have no money and you're broke. All you have to do is win a little bit, and they're doing anything they can to make you stay.
And Bloss and Tim bought out here.
Oh, it's a planned community. It's brand new. Everything is new within 10-mile radius of our homes.
It's like
brand new.
We're living like in the suburbs where you would think like your family would live. You know, it's like, I mean, I almost felt like I had to go buy a Harley Davidson when I first moved in. I couldn't stand it. It's like, man, this isn't me. You know.
It's too domesticated.
But
yeah, the neighbors are like, there goes the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, with the retired couple on one side and the newlyweds on the other, you know.
Yeah.
Dogs walking down
My neighbors are the opposite. I got a guy across the street that's retired that saved his life savings to move there and is appalled that a guy like me could just come in there and afford to move into a place like that.
I love to skate. I love to do that. And I love the excitement of doing that. And a cop, like, pulls me over, turns on his lights and the sirens and stuff, and he pulls me over and he says, "What are those things on your feet?" And I like had to explain these are like roller skates, but they're just in a blade like an ice skate. And he goes, "First of all, you're going over the speed limit. You know, I'm gonna have to cite you for this."
I originally met Mark's father in literally like a casino environment, like the hotel we're in now. I called him up and I said, "Look, I really believe I could get this guy to sing in our previous band." And his dad, "Well, you know, damn it, every other minute the phone's ringing off the hook and girls are calling him." His dad was his best salesman. Unlike a lot of people's parents that are very against them doing rock and roll, his father was really his best sales tool. And that's his dad now. Yeah. This is Mark Slaughter's father. This is Mark Slaughter's mother. These are two local friends that were probably the biggest single supporters of their son's career ever.